First, I want to thank Emilia, who's here, for all of the work that you have been doing for this. So thank you, huge thank you to you. And also others who couldn't be here. Just to give you an overview, so I'm Sarah Zipkin. I'm from Oxfam America. It's from our private sector department. I'm the regional advisor. I'm going to talk to you really briefly about some of the analysis that we did on the JCAS, which is the Joint Country Analysis and Strategy, as we talked about, for those non-Oxfamers or maybe some Oxfamers who've forgotten, and that's okay. And this is all part of the single management system, which is, I will buy a beer for the person who, no, I'm just kidding. The single management system is, we've been over the past couple of years, we've been going through a process of consolidating country by country, coming together more as affiliates, joining us with one strategy, which is the result of the JCAS. But single management system is a process of joining efforts, being more unified. In the past, we worked more independently. Now this is an effort to really consolidate efforts and be more effective. So the joint country analysis and strategy plans are a result of this, and each country has a JCAS. So part of Oxfam America, what we did is that we looked at, I'm going to go through sort of our process of identifying opportunities based on the last conversations that we've had and to build off of some of the discussions that we've heard earlier. So what's all the hype about the JCAS, right? Let's see. Whoops. So first we were really scared, okay? You look at this and you say, what is going on? What is this? How do I even get in here? How do I make sense of all of this? So we were really frightened. I think, who's been scared? Come on. Okay, I see some hands. Good, I'm not the only one. Okay, so first we were scared. We said, how do we dive into this? How do we know where opportunities are? Where do we begin our analysis? Okay, so we calmed down. We talked to a lot of people. I just want to put this in perspective, all right? We were a little scared, but here we are. SMS, now we all know what SMS is new, no. SMS is new territory for all of us. We haven't had a dress rehearsal. We don't know what this is all about, so this is new for us. So I think this is one thing to keep in mind when we start tackling, well, where do we begin? This is new. Secondly, the JCAS is a snapshot in time. It's a blueprint. Like I said in the third point, these are not the 10 Commandments, okay? Maybe the 10 Commandments should be revised as well. But let me just say, these are not the 10 Commandments. This is not set in stone. So I think we heard that from many people because we started freaking out. Does this mean that this is the strategy for the rest of Oxfam's lifetime? No. So we calmed down, remembering these things. We also remembered and heard many times that we need to go where the energy is. You don't create energy if it's not there. If there are opportunities in a JCAS, if people are saying we see opportunities, we see windows, then let's go there. Let's not force it. But that said, you can also, this is just a kind of a window of a strategy for the next 3 to 5 years. So we also reminded ourselves that things are going to change. Strategies will change. This is later on down the road, we can revisit perhaps some of those country strategies that might not have had a window of opportunity, but later on they do. So this is just to give you, just to calm us all down a little bit. Okay, so this is where we started. Basically, Oxfam America has long-term program strategy plans, which are key to all of our work. So we look there first. These are 10-year program strategies. It's not country by country as the JCAS is, but it's a very important place for us to start. So we started with our program strategy plans. We looked at baselines for each of those countries, each of those programs. We also have a process of annual program reviews. So to look at that, what are some of the questions that are coming up? What are the concerns? What are the opportunities? So just to give you a sense of where we're coming from at Oxfam America. Secondly, we looked at the JCASs and the JRASs, those that were there. Also part of this whole SMS process is that you might want a JCAS, but it might not be there yet. So it's a matter of waiting and seeing. So for those that were there, we did an analysis of where are the synergies, where are the opportunities in both primarily the JCAS, but also JRAS. And then also we need to couple that with discussions with our program staff. Something can be written, but is this really, is there interest? We might see windows of opportunities, but we could be kidding ourselves if we see a lot of market systems opportunities and it's just not there. So that's other, and we continue to do that. It's an ongoing process. This you can't quite see that well, but this is just an example of what we've done in the Samuel region within Oxfam America, our process of identifying what are the themes that are coming out based on the JCASs. So it's kind of similar to what we saw in Francesco's presentation, but just looking at where are we, what are the issues. So one of the columns is agriculture, extractive industries, rural livelihoods. We see private sector engagement here. So we were really looking at rural livelihoods and private sector engagement as it relates to market systems. So where do we see the synergies? And then I have indigenous rights at the very end, has its own special column. Just to give you a flavor, this is just really the first look at, I'm more than happy to talk about this in the next following days if you guys want to know what we did, but I'm just giving you a snapshot. El Salvador, for example, we broke it down, what are the main issues? We did a lot of analysis. This was just a really quick look at a flavor of what we've done. We're managing affiliate status, so we thought, well, if we're managing affiliate, maybe there's opportunities to, if there are windows, then maybe we can explore those more than if we're implementing. But that also is something that I would be interested to talk with you all if you have the same impression. So we started there. We said we're managing affiliate. What is the private sector? What is the private sector language in the country strategy? Here we saw explore, just to quote, explore opportunities to promote initiatives related to the private sector. Looking good. Oxfam's program work with the private sector has been minimal, so there's room for improvement. We also saw, as in the opportunity side, there's an increased food availability and access to the strengthening of food chains. We saw that the Ministry of Agriculture has announced it'll launch a new program. So we grabbed those out of the JCAS and said, this is calling to us. This we really see as something that's a possibility. We can go more in depth. We can explore this. Really, there are fewer barriers. So this looks like this could be a way to move forward. Bolivia JCAS, just to give you another example, in Samuel, we are implementing affiliate, and we saw, within the private sector, we saw poor performance of the private sector. We need to change these models, these different relationships. We see that as also an opportunity, even though it presents itself as a challenge right now. And here as well, where appropriate, promote connections and partnerships between NGOs, social movements, government, academia, and the private sector. So again, we see that as something that stands out as a window of opportunity. And then in our analysis, we said, would markets work here in Bolivia? We said it would be, it could promote services to smallholder ag. We see that within the strategy, within the analysis of within the country. The government is also committed to diversify the economy and boost industrialization. So that also speaks to what we're trying to achieve as well. And then thirdly, the social movements have been attacking the private sector. So this is maybe a chance to change maybe redefine what do we mean by private sector. And if there's a constant attack, is there a window of opportunity as well to begin redefining and changing people's perspectives? Maybe, maybe not.